so this is not to make anybody scared. This is just to make you aware. This is probably more important for those of us who visit Jamaica but don't live in Jamaica. Okay? Now, especially for someone like me who like to go pick up my transportation at the airport and go about my business. Traveling, say, from the airport to Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, from Norman Manley International Airport, it's quite a drive, okay? Now, there are things that you need to look out for to make sure that you're safe. Of course, you want to make sure that you rented a reliable vehicle. But there are other things that I'm going to talk to you about right now. For instance, this headline from the Loop News says, cops charge men for mystery robberies targeting foreign nationals. Now here is how they would do it. Police say that they have now charged 2 men who they believe are linked to the ongoing robbery scheme involving persons trailing and then attacking foreign nationals, especially those heading to the police area 3 region, which covers St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, which is my parish, and Manchester, which is neighboring. Police say that the men identified as Mark Grant, a 26-year-old taxi operator, and 23-year-old Shamar Anderson, both of Palmer's Cross in Clarendon. They were both slapped with charges of robbery with aggravation, assault at common law, assault with intent to rob, and conspiracy to rob after days of questioning. Reports are that about 6:45 p.m., this is in the evening time, on Saturday, August 24th, 2 female visitors to the island were traveling along the Spur Tree main road when they heard a noise coming from underneath the vehicle, and they stopped to make some checks. A Toyota Probox allegedly drove up the classic vehicle for a lot of friggery in Jamaica, actually. A Toyota Probox allegedly drove up behind them. The occupant exited the vehicle claiming to want to help them. So you can imagine, you just land, you drive into your destination, and then suddenly, boom, boom, bang, bang, your vehicle making a lot of strange noises, and you stop to see what's going on, right? A car pulls up, guy jump out and says he wants to help. The police, now when they pull out, the 2 men armed with knives reportedly approached the women and robbed them. The police were all alerted and the vehicle was intercepted. The car, along with other occupants, was searched and the stolen items were recovered. So it's not made up. The same people they said robbed them, when the police intercepted them, I guess they had a cell phone or something somewhere that they did not rob them off, because they were able to call police, and police somehow quickly responded to this one, intercepted the vehicle. This is another place where we can say, because in Jamaica police response time is slow compared to many other places. Now if they can speed up that police response time, a lot more crimes would get solved, like this one in particular, where they are actually caught with all the stuff they robbed these people for. So the police intercepted and of course caught them, and all their belongings were actually found in that vehicle with the people they said robbed them. The 2 robbers were then positively identified as the robbers and they were arrested and charged. The men are both scheduled to appear before the Mandeville Parish Court on Wednesday, September 4th, which is a couple of days from now, to answer to the charges of robbery with aggravation, assault at common law, assault with intent to rob, and conspiracy to rob. Local authorities last week said that they clamped down on a scheme. This is where you come in. You go to visit, listen. They clamped down on a scheme involving criminals that are trailing and targeting a number of foreign nationals heading to parishes in the police's Area 3 region. And again, Area 3 region covers St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, and Manchester. Alright? The men both are going to appear in court. The police are saying that they've clamped down on an actual scheme. This isn't a one-time thing. This is an operation that was set up and is running. What is strange about the robberies, they said though, is that they are carried out on visitors who leave the airport while heading to one of the above mentioned parishes. They develop mechanical problems first with their vehicle, and then they are robbed. So the robberies are normally carried out by persons that are offering to assist to help these visitors. And the police said that within the last month alone, they have had to investigate 5 such cases just in this 1 month alone. So it is suspected that the criminals that are involved in these attacks may have been trailing the unsuspecting visitors after they left the airport, and they may have also attached some kind of a device to their vehicle somewhere along the journey where they had stopped. Probably stopped to get something to eat, to get something to drink. You know, the first place, some of us go KFC because KFC tastes different in Jamaica. Some of us say a jerk pan open and we want some fresh jerk chicken. Some of us go pick up a soda and a this and a that, you know, just to make you feel like, yes, I'm home again. This is what I don't even get this overseas, blah, blah, blah. Then you jump in the car and start mapping your journey. And they're saying that in that space, they probably have been trailed and something placed under their vehicle. I have a different theory though. The people at the airport, listen to me good. When I go to do a rental on a vehicle, you hear me? Listen me good enough. When I go to do a rental on a vehicle in Jamaica, for when I go to Jamaica and I go pick up my vehicle at the airport, when I go to do a rental on a vehicle, when they ask, they say it's mandatory that you put in where you're staying. Me no put in where me I stay. I put in some other kind of address. Somewhere close by airport, somewhere around, probably close. Map out the area then, that's what I'm telling you. And find where somewhere close to a police station, close to the airport, something like that. Don't put in where you're going to be staying. Because it is a possibility that the individual that works inside of the rental office actually has criminal counterparts on the outside, and they get a percentage of the robbery. You understand what I'm saying? How else would they know where you're going and they just randomly follow anybody? They don't just randomly follow anybody. And 5 such cases in 1 month tells me that this is probably happening in other parts of the island as well, where the other airport is Donald Sangster's airport down in Mobay, and someone is probably working from the inside helping these people. Alright, so him rent the blue Toyota. When it come out, me already put the device on it. Make sure to take it off, you know. Or blah 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 blah. Trail that one here. Them a go we a country. Them a go Clarendon. They're coming from Norman Manley. Just pick up the car. It's gonna be a blue Toyota. Just pick up the car and they're gonna leave now. Or it could be someone outside. You know, when you land and you get a rental car, there are these car guys that work in the rental car pool area. They're the ones that's responsible for cleaning the car, bringing the car around to you, so on and so forth. You give them a tip, this, that. Could be them. May not even be someone in the office. Could be those guys outside. So be very careful. It is a known fact that a car ring group did exist, and it was actually led by a police officer, set up by a police officer to rob people coming into the island. So you go, you rent your vehicle, you think you're on your way, and next thing you know, people pounce upon you and rob you. So you have to be extremely careful. Alright, and like I said, one way to protect yourself is do not leave the proper address on that damn paper. There's no way that they can verify that's exactly where you're going. They're not immigration personnel. They're not required to call anybody to verify. You can leave whatever address you want to leave on there. Make sure you leave an address that's close to the vicinity, because it seems like they're robbing people that are going far out. These car guys could fix your car in a way that it runs okay until it gets to a certain place, then it starts making funny noises. And a lot of the times all they have to do is just attach something to the bottom of the car. I could attach a string, like a nylon cord string, which would take a long time to break, to a condensed can and tie it up to the bottom of the vehicle and tuck it in. And with vibration of the vehicle, and this is outside the box thinking, eventually you would start to hear like an old pan dragging from under your vehicle. First you're going to hear rattling because the can's rattling its way out, and then with acceleration eventually it's going to fall out and start rattle upon the road now. And you're going to pull over to find out what that noise is. So again, one way to protect yourself visiting the island is, and you notice I never said don't visit. I've never told anybody not to visit. I want you to visit, but I want you to be very careful when you visit. Alright? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you know or think about this one. Tell me if you know of any instances, because people have already contacted me and said, SouFlo, I will never go back to Jamaica again. I was down there a couple months ago and I got robbed. I got robbed at knife point. One person said I got robbed at gun point. I hear these stories all the time. Share them in the comment section below. Your story can actually help someone to actually still have a joyous time and come back safe. Alright? I'm out. Peace.